This program is designed to provide general information with regards to the subject matters covered. This information is given with the understanding that neither the hosts, guests, sponsors, or station are engaged in rendering any specific and personal, medical, financial, legal, counseling, professional service, or any advice. You should seek the services of competent professionals before applying or trying any suggested ideas.
Hi, welcome back to the Sound of Gold. Happy Labor Day out there. Wishing everybody a very peaceful, enjoyable day with friends and family. I know many of us will get a break from working, so it will be a very good day to take a break from our regular routines. Well, we're here today and we are let me back up a little bit. If you haven't been here before, just to introduce myself and the show, The Sound of Gold. We are here to talk about music, music venues, music teachers, music schools. We want to keep music alive. We love to go to live events. We love how we get to be entertained at home. We love concerts. We love all the venues that help bring music to life or keep it alive. I'm here in my home studio. I have my piano and I do enjoy doing online concerts for you. If you haven't seen some of my performances, you can log on to my Facebook to see performances I have online. And in addition to that, I'm not here for me. I'm actually here to promote my friends and my family members, my extended family members who I call friends, because so many of you are so talented and bring so much to the table when it comes to playing instruments, singing, or whatever you're playing. Today, I'd like to welcome a very special guest. In our community here in Florida, in Lake Park, we have a place called Coastal Karma. And Coastal Karma I find it to be a very eclectic, cool brewery that friends and families do come together and hang out and listen to live music and also get to enjoy the brews that they brew there. And so help me welcome Charlie, the owner of Coastal Karma. Welcome, Charlie.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, of course. Of course. I've been to your place several times. I have many friends and family that play instruments, as well as myself. And I have so many questions for you, but I would like to start at the beginning, kind of like you're the owner of this place. What inspired you to do this, to bring the community together?
Basically, I had a best friend who wanted me to brew with him one day. And so I did, and I liked it, enjoyed it. And so I started homebrewing myself. And then after a couple years of homebrewing, decided this was the industry I kind of wanted to be in now. And so then I set myself forth to know every aspect of this industry to get started and eventually starting my own brewery. So I did the whole aspect of starting at World of Beers to learn more about the beers and serving them properly and everything like that, along with homebrewing at the time. Then I became a beer rep for Brown. So I learned how to distribute beer and sell to customers. And then eventually opened my brewery after that. So kind of learning all aspects of the game before I opened. So I knew what I was somewhat doing before I opened.
So I don't know. I'm not, I don't drink beer myself. I know I have friends and family that do. What kind of beers do you make and serve?
We brew a little bit of everything. So we do American styles, we do IPAs, we do Belgian styles, German styles, we make sours. We also do big stouts. So we do a little bit of everything. Some breweries nowadays are more specialized in certain styles. But
Okay.
we find doing a little bit of everything, it fits a little bit more of how we'd like to present beer instead of being like a one-trick pony and just doing one thing really well. We try to do everything really well. But people like our variety. We get a lot of people that come in here and they always like they like one of the main things they like besides the good beer is just the variety that we have. There's always something different, always something new on, and so it brings them in a lot.
Okay. And then do you also serve wine or just beer?
Well, we serve wine, seltzers, beer, wine slush. Certain
Okay.
events.
And then it's been a little while since I've been back there. Do you also serve food, or is just a brewery pretty much?
Yeah, we use a food truck mostly.
Okay.
So if you're looking for food, it's best to call ahead of time to see if we have a food truck. If not, you can bring in your own food. Nothing against that. Our
Oh,
next,
wow. Okay.
we do have a caterer opening up next door who's supposed to kind of help us out a little bit with food, but right now we don't know when he's going to open. But the word on the street is that we have a caterer moving in next door.
Nice. Nice. Now, you're located in Lake Park, correct?
Yes. Yep.
How would people find you? Do you have a website?
We have a website. We have Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're right off 10th Avenue, right behind the AutoZone here in Lake Park. The main street in Lake Park is called Park Ave. And so the Park Avenue 10th Street intersection, we're kind of on the corner of that almost, right next to the Advanced Auto. So pretty easy to find, really easy to get to. So we like where we're located.
What? I'm sorry.
We like where we're located.
Yes, it's a great place. On your busiest nights, how many people do you bring in, or what's the capacity in your venue?
Legally or not legally?
Well, when we know what the rules are, we know how to break it. Yeah.
we can hold up to 200 people.
Wow.
We've had 100-person or slightly over 100-person parties in here, and no issues with it being too crowded or anything of that. And that's how we designed this place. Was the upfront section is for people who want to sit, hang out. The middle to back section is more for people who want to stand and hang out, but it gives you a lot of room to walk around and play games, because we have indoor cornhole and stuff like that, and a shuffleboard table as well. So, and we just added a couple pinball machines. So there's a lot of things to do. We kind of make it like you said before, a very relaxing place. We want people to feel like they're in their own living room to a certain point, very comfortable, very relaxed environment, but also give a place for people to go to and chill out and have fun with their friends, such as playing cornhole or pinball or shuffleboard or these kind of things.
Sure. I will say, and this is a huge compliment to you, and maybe it's my thing too. Like, I love clean places. Your place, like it's got such a cool vibe to it. Like the energy in it is just like, yeah, come in, just have a seat on the couch or a chair at the bar and just like hang out. The energy is just so open and relaxed, and the environment is just so clean. Like I love to come in just feeling like it's not too dark in there. You ever go into a restaurant where it's dark and it's like, I'm afraid if they lift the lights, I'm not going to want to be here, kind of thing. So compliments to you guys.
Yeah, that's on my wife. I like things a little bit brighter inside because of beer. You want to see the color and all that. She likes the lights a little bit softer. So we came to an agreement on a little bit of a softer lighting, but still bright enough in here that you can see the colors of the beer and you can see everything in here. And our staff does a good job cleaning up. It's funny that you just say that, because just yesterday we had the guy come in to clean all the furniture and the synthetic turf. and all that. So everything's been extra cleaned as of yesterday. So
Nice.
we have to clean the furniture once in a while because, believe it or not, it's amazing. My furniture at home never gets dirty. So for some reason, somehow here, the furniture just, people spill things and stuff like that. I get it, but it's amazing how much dirtier the furniture gets here, and we have to have it cleaned every once in a while.
Understood. So I might have mentioned earlier, my show is The Sound of Gold. And so I'm a musician. I'm also a music teacher. And I came up with this idea that like we're in this generation where like we're not sure what the next generation is going to bring to the table when it comes to music. We have so much, and I know you could probably agree with this, we have so much talent in our communities. And I'm like an activist to wanting to keep us alive, to keep the originality of music alive and keep it going. And it's so important to have and to offer, like you do in our communities, a venue where musicians can come and play, can, sign up to play on various days of the week or the month. Tell us a little bit about that.
So don't take me wrong. It's a little bit of a give and take sometimes with the musicians. We love the live music and we love the musicians.
Okay.
The problem sometimes we have as a brewery, and this is not restaurants. Restaurants are slightly different. A restaurant can bring in someone who's going to play music for them and pay them no matter what. The music is the ambience of that place. And so they're not worried about how many people the musician brings in. They're more worried about the musician keeping people there.
Okay.
Right? And then so that's how they can afford to pay the guy. Like, we're going to be packed anyways. We're going to have a musician. That's the ambiance of a Friday, Saturday night here at this restaurant. That's what we're going to do. At a brewery, we're looking to draw people in. And so sometimes we have to we try to help everybody. We give every band a chance here. But the bands that bring the most people in for us are the ones we keep going back to. Because at the end of the day, if I got to pay you $400 to $1,000, but you only brought me 20 people, I'm losing money at that point. And so it's a little bit of a give or take. Like, some bands say, like, oh, we have a 3,000 followers or whatever, and then they come in here and I only see like 15 people, and I'm like, well, what happened to all your followers? Like, but we do have some bands that will come in. We had a band here that would play every Friday. They were kind of like an open mic thing. They did it for free. We would pay them a certain percentage of the sales from the time they came on to the time they left. Even though they were playing for free, we would, pitch in and help them out and give them a percentage of the sales just as a thank you. We've had other bands come in, and if they feel like they weren't worth the money that we had to pay them because they didn't bring in enough people, they would actually give us, the money back or half the money back, or be like, hey, we only earned this much. We didn't earn this full take. So don't worry about it. Because in a way, the breweries are still somewhat struggling, even though we're doing pretty okay now. We're still not making money hand over fist or anything like that. We're still trying to build a consistent following, even though it has gotten better over the last 2 years. But every Wednesday, we have a bluegrass band that plays here from 1 to 3. And they come in here, they play for free. They just want somewhere to practice. And we leave. And so we open actually early. We're not supposed to open till 3, but we open at 1 for them. They come in and play. Anyone's willing to join them if they want, but they do play specifically bluegrass music. And then that other band I was telling you about, they used to play on Friday nights. They used to use Friday night as like one of their practice sessions too. They would come in, practice that night, and work on new material and things like that, and have other people come up and play with them. And it was great. I loved it. But unfortunately, that band broke up, and that's why it kind of fell apart on the Friday nights. But they did it for almost a year there, and then they like I said, they split. But yeah, we would love to have more bands and more music in here. It's just hard to always kind of pay them maybe what they want, and we don't have anyone come in that day, so to speak. I don't mind putting bands on when we know we're going to be busy. We have events. We know we're bringing in a bunch of people. We're going to have a lot of people here for that band to people to enjoy that band for. So
Sure.
no problems with that, but it's not always easy for us to have bands consistently all the time.
So, so that I understand you, and not to overstep uh, your profession and what the point that you're making. So let's say there's a local band that's pretty good and they want to come in and they want to play, and if they said, "Hey Charlie, we want to set up like this day and this time, but we're just going to play for tips. Don't worry about paying us. We just like want to be out. We want to get noticed." Would
Yeah.
you be open to something like that?
No, that's what I'm talking about. That's what a lot of these bands, we don't know how many people they can bring us or what they can do for us. So if they
Sure.
come in and they want to play for tips, you know, they can get free beer the whole time they're playing, and they can play for tips. And look, if we do really well that night, I have no problems profit sharing with them or even paying them a certain amount. If they brought in a bunch of people and I thought it was worth it, we're going to give them
Right.
money. You know, it's a give and take. If they're helping my business, why wouldn't I want to support or help them? You know,
Oh, I love that.
but to constantly keep paying and then I'm not making any money from them being here, that's when we struggle a little bit. You know,
Understood.
like I was saying with the restaurants, when they have those bands playing on those nights, they know they're going to be busy. They know they can cover the cost of the band, you know, like I said, and it, you know, it does keep people there longer, but those people are already showing up. If no one's showing up to watch a band, then they can't keep people here longer because there's no people for them to keep here longer. That's where, now, if I do already have people here and the band's playing and they're keeping people here longer, then yes, you know, I can make the money back and everything like that. And then that warrants paying a band. But so that's why sometimes if we have them, we do it on an event night or a busier night where we know we're going to have a lot of people and then the people can stay there longer because of the band. So things work out that way.
Understood. I have a silly question. So maybe this was a couple years ago. You guys had a baby grand in there,
Yes.
and then I heard that it was leaving. It wasn't staying.
Yes.
Are you going to be replacing that piano, or are you just, it was just time for it to like go
No,
away?
that was a somebody that helped us with the brewery. It was a coffee company that we were selling their coffee and stuff. It was their baby grand, and he didn't want to keep it in storage, and so he asked us to store it. And I said that'd be great because it plays itself, and I love it. And I used to have it played when I was working behind the bar. I would set it on auto and let it play itself, and I loved it. But when we needed more of that space for other bands, and we were moving in more furniture, we were losing some space. And so the baby grand unfortunately had to go. I didn't want it to go, but it just took up too much space that we were going to need for bands to play. Because like I said, we moved in more high tops and everything like that. So it took up space and we had to move some furniture over. So that's what happened to the baby grand. But
so I'm asking for personal reasons, but for other musicians that do play keyboards, they it would be easier to bring a keyboard. I mean, it's not so easy just to bring it.
Yeah, they would definitely have to bring their own keyboard now because we don't have the baby grand anymore. But I will say this, a lot of bands that do play here, the one positive we get from everybody that plays here is the acoustics in our place they love. They love the acoustics because the sound doesn't bounce all over the place off the walls. We have a fiberglass ceiling, so it absorbs the sound. And then the direction they're playing into a huge pallet wall. And so that absorbs some of the sound too. The cement wall's behind them where they play. And so it doesn't bounce off that wall. And a lot of the musicians love the acoustics in our place. So that's the one consistent thing I've heard from all the bands that play here. They love the atmosphere too, but they also love the sound that it creates in here. So
your place does have a great sound, especially I've been there when there's a lot of people, and even the band, it's just some places I go to, the voices overpower the musicians. At your place, because it's so open, the voices don't overpower the musicians.
Yeah, it's something that we kind of fell into, to be honest. Like, we weren't planning on, I mean, we didn't know this was going to be a great place to play music. It just ended up that way. We always knew we wanted to have bands here and that because we're a brewery, and that's, you know, there's a relationship there with music and breweries. but we didn't know how good the sound was going to be. But we'll take it.
Yes, absolutely. No, I do a lot of different things, and I know a lot of different people. I know recently, actually maybe over the past 6 months, you've had venues. You've offered like people to come in like and set up tents and tables in honor of Coastal Karma was the name that was used. To say, oh yeah, we're gonna have our event at Coastal Karma. So tell me a little bit about that. What do you offer to the community that people can like come in and share your space with you? What is that about?
Well, sometimes we'll bring in a food company that's a catering company maybe, and they want to serve food, so we set them up inside. We also just had a rummage sale, so a bunch of people brought their stuff in, and the rummage sale was mostly inside. A couple places are outside. During season, we do markets. We'll have some markets from time to time, and that'll be indoors and outdoors as well, where people can come in, sell their stuff. We did have the business babes here for a little bit, but they've found another spot that they're at now. But we did have that for a time being. But we do certain events and markets that we'll set up, and we do a lot of fundraisers for animal rescues and veterans, because I'm a veteran myself. So we do a lot of veteran kind of fundraisers here throughout the year. And so therefore, when we have those, sometimes we have different people come in and set up tents and sell stuff, or, make people aware of certain things. So
sure.
We do have that because it's great for the community, and look, we have a big space, and it's nice to get people inside in Florida sometimes, so it's not so hot outside for them, and it does create a nice situation. We wish it would be a little more busy on those kind of days sometimes, but it's some days we're slammed on those kind of things, and some days it's a little slower. It just all depends on what's going on that weekend, I think.
Sure. And thank you for your service.
I
know there's been some times like I don't live nearby anymore, but there's been a couple times where I've been there during the day, because you're open from 12 to midnight, or what are your hours?
We're open from 3 to 9 or 10, just depends on the day, but that's Monday through Thursday. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we open at noon and we close at 10 or 11.
And what I love about your place, the vibe at your place, is that it's not your typical brewery. At least that's the feeling I get, because there's been times I've walked in, and there could be a mom with her baby, or there could be a mom and dad with their young child just sitting at one of the tables, just hanging out. And I love that your place has that welcoming feeling. And maybe dad's having a beer, or it's just such a great place to come in and hang out. And thank you for having this available to the community, because you have, some people might think of the typical brewery as the sticky floors and the dark places, and your place is just warm and welcoming, and I love that you provide that for the community. So thank you for that as well.
Yeah, we have a lot of families that come in here. We're probably the most family-oriented brewery. Stormhouse, they have food, so they get a lot of families because they have food. But we just get a lot of families here because their kids, since we have an artificial turf area, the kids can kind of run around and play on that, but they have to stay on the artificial turf. And we just get a lot of families in here on the weekends and during the weekdays, sometimes just coming in here to hang out, have a few beers, and go just to unwind and let the kids kind of play around. So that's something we didn't 100% plan on, because like you said, a lot of families don't go to breweries. At least in this area. If you go to Asheville or Tampa, it's all families at the breweries mostly. Like there's a lot of families that do go to breweries. They're more of like brew towns. They have a beer culture there. We don't really have that 100% here, but here at Coastal Karma, the families really do enjoy coming here and hanging out. And as long as they respect the place, we're happy to have them, and it's fine. It's something that we weren't planning on having as much of in terms of families coming in here, but it's worked out well and we enjoy it. just got to find that happy medium, because some people don't want to be around the kids that come to a brewery, and so you have to find that middle line there. But I think we've established it pretty well. I think the fact that we're wide open, like you said, a group can come in with their family and they can be in one area of the brewery, and someone that doesn't want to be around kids can be at the other end of the brewery, and they probably don't even know the kids are there.
Sure.
Whereas in some breweries are small and the kids are right there with you, and you can't get away from the kids because the brewery is so small. Whereas that open space helps us out in that sense. So
sure. Yeah, it's a great place. It's a great place. So for our listeners and our viewers, you have a website.
Yep.
coastalkarma.com or
Yep. And a Facebook. Yeah, it's just, I think it's just Coastal Karma Brewing on the internet. And then you can just type us in, Coastal Karma Brewing, into Google, and all the stuff will pop up to find us and where we're at and all that. And if you do want to play for us or check us out or have an event here, like a birthday party, believe it or not, we have a ton of baby showers here. It's another thing I did not think was going to happen, but we have a lot of baby showers here, and birthday parties and corporate events and stuff like that. Just go to beer@coastalkarmabrewing.com, and you just contact us with what you want to do here, what kind of event, what day, and then we'll set everything up. Bands, if you want to play here, that's another way to get a hold of us. Or you can also get with us through Facebook. Just message us on Facebook too, and we'll get back to you.
Okay, awesome. And I didn't ask, and I am curious, what inspired you to name it Coastal Karma?
So I had another brewery I was trying to start with a very close friend of mine, and it was called Holy Waters Brewing. And I'm on my route working as a beer rep, and my buddy emails me and says, "Hey, I want to end the partnership and I want to start the brewery on my own." And I was like, and this just came out of nowhere. It wasn't like we were fighting or anything, and then it kind of led to this. He just out of the blue said that, and I was like, "What? I'm the one that started it and brought you in, and now you want to leave?" So I'm like, "Fine." And I go, "No one can have the name Holy Waters then. You can't have it, I can't have it, because I'm going to start my own brewery. But I'm not going to." So we quabbled over that. But anyways, so I go to the bar and everyone's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, my brewery just ended. Like, our partnership just ended with my best friend. We just ended the partnership for the brewery. And they go, "What are you going to do?" And I'm going, "Well, I'm still going to start my brewery. I just got to find a new name." And they go, and so I had 5 of my buddies there, all drinking for happy hour. And we're like, "Okay, so what are we going to name it?" And I go, "I know Karma is going to be in the name. I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know why. I just want Karma in the name." And we kept throwing words out there. And then one of the guys, and his last name was Beerman, actually, goes, "What about Coastal?" And I'm like, Coastal Karma, Coastal Karma, Coastal Karma, Coastal Karma Brewing, Coastal Karma. And I go, "That's it. We're good. We're done. We're doing it." And so that's really how it came about. It was a group effort between, drinking can't accomplish things, people. Get out there and drink a few beers. You'll accomplish stuff. So we got the name through that. So that is something I'm trying to work on in the next couple months here, is getting people back to socializing and what brought us all together, and how not drinking to get drunk, just going out, having a few drinks leads to socializing. It actually does lead to problem solving and getting to know one another better and becoming friends. And it's one things about this brewery that I never thought would happen, to be honest. And I knew you'd make friends having a brewery, but I didn't know the kind of friends you would make having a brewery. And I have so many more new friends and really close friends now because of the brewery. And people that have gone to my brewery have become friends that didn't even know one another before, and now they're friends, and now I see them hanging out outside of the brewery. And those are things that a brewery really can do that people don't understand. If you're a social hermit, if you're lonely, if you're socially awkward, don't be afraid to come to a brewery. Like, I've seen all 3 of those types I just named come to my brewery and make friends and now have their own little social group outside of my brewery with those friends that they made here at the brewery. It's the one special thing that breweries do have over anything else. And that is the socializing and bringing people together. And then eventually they become friends. And they can be from all walks of life. They can literally be Democrats and Republicans and they become friends. Trust me, it can work. You can be friends. And they hang out outside of this place. And I love that. It warms my heart when I see that happen. Really does.
That's so awesome. And I will stand for you by saying, yes, your facility is so welcoming, and it's not the typical brewery. And I think a lot of us have the perception that, a brewery is like, dump. I don't know, maybe it's just my perception. It's dark and dumpy, and like I said, the sticky floors and just like drunk people. And that is not your place at all.
Trust me, you're not that far off, because most times when breweries go to cities to say, I want to put a brewery in your city, the city council, one of their things is like, oh, now there's going to be a bunch of drunk people around here. And, we don't want that. And they don't understand. People that actually go to breweries aren't looking to really get drunk. I'm not saying it doesn't happen from time to time, but we've never had one. 5 years we've been open, knock on wood, we've never had someone come in here drunk and disorderly, ever. We've had a few people that drank too much. We send them home in an Uber or whatnot, or they have someone come pick them up. But we've never had someone get out of line. People come here to have good beer and have good conversation. And that's basically what they come here for. They're not looking to have too many beers or get drunk, really. So breweries can get a bad stigma because you think you're going there just to drink, and that means you're going to get drunk. But it's not about getting drunk. It's about having just a couple of beers and good conversation with people. And like I said, you don't have to be a beer drinker to enjoy a brewery. They have other things to drink, such as your seltzers. We also have craft sodas. You could drink water if you want, but it's still a cool place to come hang out and meet some people.
I personally, which I mentioned earlier, do not drink. So when I come to your venue, I'll buy a bottle of water. And so, yes, it's not, I understand what you're saying and explaining. The beauty of what you're doing also, there's been a lot of research in Europe, and I have a lot of family in Europe, where community and coming together as family and friends really has an impact on your longevity, because your community is what keeps you going. And to have like a safe place, kind of like, remember the movie or the TV show Cheers? There is that one place that like every week, you walk in and it's the same people or the same friends, and those people that just seem like wallflowers become your friends. And you expect to see them. They're part of like the environment. They're part of, I don't know what word to use.
Well, it's a part of the social fabric to bring people
Thank
together
you.
and keep people close. It's the same with, I'm not going to get religious, but it's the same thing that churches do to a point. They bring people together. They bring them socially together. That's a good thing for the community. Restaurants, as much as you see people go to restaurants and they eat and they leave. They don't sit there and talk to one another across tables,
Right.
Whereas in Europe, you will have, if you've been to Europe before, you sit at tables with other people. You can have your own table, but a lot of times you sit at a very long table with other people right next to you. And so therefore you can be, you start to socialize with them as well. The Americans are very much in their privacy and stuff like that. And it's to some detriment at times. Yes, there are times I want to go out and I do not want to be bothered. Yes, but I can go sit at a private table for that. But I think in the long run, it's nice to sit at a picnic table with other people drinking or eating and maybe get to know them. I mean, everybody out there is interesting in their own way. And when you talk to people, it's interesting to get to know them and find out who they are, what they do. You can never stereotype people completely like into this one pigeonhole that's what they are. They start telling you about their life and you're like, wow, shocked, never saw that coming. So it's nice to get to know people.
It's true. And it's true what you said too. I think being in America, well, I don't know if it makes a difference in different states, but yes, we're very kept to ourselves. And the fact that you have Coastal Karma that brings the community together, there's no reason why you can't be more relaxed. And I think ultimately, no matter what our age is and who we are, I think ultimately there's still that child inside that's afraid of rejection, or like, will that person like me if I say hi, or will they say hi back? And in America, we're, I don't know if is stigmatized the right word to use. I don't know.
Yeah.
Where we're afraid to say hello. We're afraid to, how's your day going? So what'd you do today? Like just small talk. And, sometimes that small talk can snowball into like your best friend.
Yeah.
You just don't know. Or you could make somebody's day just by saying, hey, that's a great color you're wearing today. And that could be like the only thing you say to that person. Or, hey, have a great day. Or you just don't know what people are going through, because everybody's going through something. Everybody has a story. Everybody has something they're dealing with. And to have a community place where people can come in, there is no fee for your place. I know you could just walk in and have a seat.
Yeah.
There's no fee
And
for parking.
nope, we have huge parking here too. But
Yeah.
people come in here, they feel welcome, like you said. Like people come in here all the time, and they love our vibe as well, same as you. Probably our number one, what do you call it? Our number one praise is that everyone's like, I feel so welcomed here, and I love the vibe here. It's my favorite place to go and relax, or just to have a good time. And on your end of it, yes, I would love to get more music in here and create that vibe as well, and create a mini music scene here, because I think we have a great place that can, provide something for that music scene. But it
Absolutely.
takes a little bit from both sides to kind of work that out. But the invitation is open.
But what you're saying is fair. I mean, that's just, I mean, in my common sense, that's fair play. That's like, let's come together, let's bring entertainment to the community, but let's see how it works for both of us, because I'm not going to take from you and you're not going to take from me, because what we're doing is we're both giving, but at the
Right.
same time, we also want some kind of balance in that give and take.
Yeah. I'm a very much on the fairness thing of you help me, I help you, and if I help you, you help me, kind of thing. And so, and then sometimes, maybe things didn't go as planned, but we'll pay you. Maybe next time you come back, we'll work off of tips or something. And like you said, it's a give and take. You can always work things out. Everything's negotiable when you're a business owner and you're in business. That's just how it works. We create the parameters, right? As negotiators. Yeah. So we decide what if we want to play there, we'll negotiate, see if it works out. And if it does, it does. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. And we can always circle back. Just because you don't play this time, you can come back. Like, let's just say you're a hard line, like, I need to get paid, blah, blah, blah. I don't have a huge following. Hey, you know what? When I have our anniversary, or we have our Oktoberfest, or we have one of our, St. Patty's Day parties here, we'll bring you in as the first band of the day, and we'll let you play, and we'll pay you, because we'll be able to pay you, because we're gonna do well that day anyways.
Right.
So I'm always willing to do that. Like, I don't mind paying you if you're good, and you don't have a strong following yet, or a following, but you want to play and you want to get out there, and you're worth the money. Then you know what, we can take you on a day we know we're going to do well, and it's going to be fine. We'll get you out there and playing that. So, and
Nice.
then if it shows it's really good and it worked out, and we can build you a following, then we can take it from there.
Awesome.
But
Awesome. Now, on your website, do you have a calendar? Do you have like what you have planned, like in certain holidays or certain dates?
yeah, we have our events and everything posted on there. Pardon me though, but I don't know how far out it is. I want to say it's a month out. Because in the brewery we have a calendar, and it's typically always a month out. So I assume the one on our website is a month out, as well as Facebook.
Okay.
So, but if there's
Okay.
open dates and you want to give it a shot, by all means, get a hold of us, contact us, and we'll work something out. Most likely you'll be dealing with Carrie, not me. You'll probably see me here, but
Okay.
Carrie and my wife Sarah are the ones that handle all the music and event stuff. So you'll be dealing with one of those two.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
And so for Labor Day, we're airing on Labor Day, and so do you have special hours today, or you have regular hours?
Same hours today
Same.
and over the weekend, and then on Monday we'll be open.
Right. So Labor Day.
Yeah, on Labor Day, Memorial Day, the two that fall on a Monday, we're usually open on those days for standard hours. Usually, once in a while, we will. I do advise people to check the Facebook and all that, or even call us, because sometimes we will change the hours on Labor Day, Memorial Day, and we may open up earlier, but we'll always be open no later than 3, and we usually go till 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. Now, Charlie, again, thank you so much for taking the time to be on our show today. Do you have any last, I'm not going to say last. Do you have, I don't like that word last. Do you have
my
any
last words? My last word in testament?
Do you have it in our closing? Do you have any closing words? I think that's better said.
Well, anyone that's hearing this, please tell your friends, come check us out. For those who like cats, we have a brewery cat. His name is Kismet. He's amazing.
Oh, yes, I like that.
Oh, it's okay. He was here. Now he's in the brew house sleeping. I'm pretty sure of it, but he follows me around. But he's a little love bug, and he's great, and everyone loves him. And we have shirts of his and all kinds of stuff. And once you meet him, you'll understand. He's a great cat. He's one of the few cats that even a stranger can pick up, and he's okay with it. He's like, oh, this is what we're doing. All right, whatever. And he's great. And then, like I said before, if you have a problem getting out and socializing with people, or you don't like being around a lot of people, but you want to meet people, or you have a hard time meeting people, try out our brewery, and if you enjoy good beer, try out our brewery. If you like having fun and you like playing games, come try our brewery. We have a great spot, like she said, and we've never had anyone come in here and not enjoy this place and have a good time at our place, believe it or not. Whether they like beer or not, it doesn't really matter. They still enjoy the vibe in the place and hanging out here and talking to people and everything like that. And football season's around the corner, so you football fanatics, please come check us out. We have 5 TVs all set up with an 88-inch to set up to watch football. We'll be doing college and pro NFL football here, and so it's a great place to come watch sports. Even though we're not 100% a sports bar, it's still a great place to watch sports, because you can see the games from anywhere in here. You can see almost all the TVs the way we have it set up. So it's really nice for that. But please just come check us out and support us. And I promise you, we'll support you.
Great.
We'll support you with good vibes and, go get them attitude.
I love that.
All our regulars come in here. They're like, every time I leave here, man, I feel like I'm in a better mood. I'm like, that's what it should be for that. Because they come in here and they like to vent to me, and then they leave, and now I'm angry, but they're happy.
Aw.
But yeah, it's cool.
Well, thank you, Charlie, for all that you do. Thank you and your wife and Carrie for all that you do for the community, and for being such a cool place to come out and hang out at. And thank you again for your time today.
Yeah,
and I will.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I will make a point to come by and say hi sometime soon.
Yeah, please do.
I will. All right. Thanks,
Bye,
Charlie.
Everyone. Take care.
That was great. Coastal Karma is such a cool place. And I'm not just saying that because I've had Charlie on my show, but it really is just like a cool vibe place where, like, no agenda, no expectations. It's just a cool place. So if you live in South Florida, especially Lake Park area, or if you just want to take a drive and check out Coastal Karma, definitely look up Coastal Karma Brewing and check it out. You will definitely have a good time. Even if you do nothing, whether you drink or not, doesn't matter. Definitely check it out. So we have about 5 more minutes, and I would like to just play a little piano for you. If you're home watching this, or if you're home listening, Sit back, relax, close your eyes and enjoy the music. If you are driving, do not close your eyes. However, please enjoy the vibe of the music. Thank you so much for joining me today. And as I mentioned in the beginning of our show, wishing you a very happy Labor Day. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, be safe, be happy, love the people you're surrounded by, and they love you. And yeah, let's keep the music alive in our communities. Let's keep the music alive around us. Everything is sound, and sound is music in my ears. So may you be blessed. And I look forward to seeing you next week, the same time. And yeah, thank you.